has got a... Right, so not normally a job for me this, but we're servicing this gas fire. Can't remember what make it is, but to comply with the guarantee, you need to change the thermocouple every single time. To keep with your 10-year guarantee. This time I bought a gasket because I remember doing it last year and the gasket was pretty much shot. So yeah, it is a Kinder Fires Revolution balance flue. The only problem is to change that. The only way I've found of doing it is completely stripping everything out just to get to it. But we'll show you that bit when we get into it. This just lift off. I don't like the look of this, but from what I remember last time, I called them in and it said it's just literally heat scorch marked rather than anything else. And we've got this one to undo, that one to undo. Oh my god. That one to undo, that to undo. In the same way they came off, top and bottom. Because you won't believe how quickly you forget. We've got these 3 Phillips, there's 2 to take off. There's 2 at the bottom here. And undo these little 8mm nuts. And that'll take the glass panel off. Forget this. This is off the old fire. I've had this issue when I first came. But yeah, it's not off this fire. Try and clean that glass off. So as you can see here, the burner has got a crack in it, so this fire has failed. The cold bed has also got a crack in it. Granted, it's not all the way through, but it's getting that way, so that needs replacing as well. Fire itself is in overall a pretty poor state. Scorch marks and spillage marks everywhere. Take this front panel off now, and you can see the thermocouple is now black, whereas it is copper. Isolated the gas, whip off the gas connection. Don't really need to do this because I found you can spin it out of the way, whereas last time I did. I have to take the whole lot to pieces. There's the pilot assembly. Undo the thermocouple now. Should just pull out. I'm going to follow that back, and there should be 2 connector blocks on the end plugged into the back of the gas valve. The red one's just there, you can't see the green one just yet. So we'll unplug them 2 and plug the new ones in. Now, I don't know how well this will show up on the camera, but the glass looks to be perished down there. It's cracked, shattered. And look here. Job done, job number. Burner replaced 2 years ago. Just a quick look at the flue outside. In all fairness, that looks like it's in pretty decent condition considering. Yeah. The fire itself is in really poor condition. As you can see, the burner is cracked. The glass door seal is failing in both top left and right hand corners, which is causing the spillage on either side of the burner box. I can't remember what else there is. It's all in this video, but now I'm gonna have to list it on a form. Obviously, leave the fire isolated, and it's got a 15-year guarantee, so I'm hoping they'll come and sort it out. But as you can see, it's already had a burner 2 years ago. Explain that one. Run out of my own. Do not use stickers, so I'm gonna have to use the K one. Thank you. Actually, no, I've not. I always forget about my little under the seat storage. Get that slapped on now and give it a tap, seeing as that's what everyone does on Instagram. So what I want you to do now in the comments is let me know how you would have categorized that failure. Is it at risk or is it ID? I know which one I've done, and I'll let you know probably on the next episode, but I want to know people's opinions on that, what they would have labelled it as. The fire is under warranty. I don't know if I've already said this. I might be repeating myself, but it is under warranty, so I have made safe, issued my warning notices, and hopefully the customer will get them out to sort out all the issues that fire had. And that's the handbrake. I suspect that some people will be thinking or wondering why I still change the thermocouple. That's because last time I reported the burner had cracked on a service, I didn't change the thermocouple at the time, and then after the engineer had visited and sorted the issue out, I had to then go back and strip the fire back down to replace the thermocouple, because he wouldn't do it because obviously it's not part of the guarantee. So yeah, I thought, sod it, this time I'm going to change the thermocouple so I don't have to have a revisit. The customer doesn't have to pay twice. Right, so the next job is a sore subject. I supplied this radiator about 12 months ago, but it's already showing signs of. So you can make out on the camera. It's not it actually, that bit. It's starting to flare. It's starting to pit. The paint's starting to come off and go rusty. 12 months old, 10-year guarantee. So the supplier has sent me a new one out, but I've got to stand the cost of replacing it, unfortunately. Don't know why it's gone like that. I installed the boiler again the same time 12 months ago, and the pH levels are perfect. Inhibitor levels are perfect. They were flushed out, so it just feels like surface rust, like it's rubbish paint. So I'll show you how I get one of these off, because they're not the easiest thing to drain down. So because I've got the same one, I'm just going to shut these valves off, both sides. And I'm hoping that that is PTFE. And I've not liquid blued up, rapid blue. Because I'm having a pain to get them tails out, because I need to reuse the two tails. I'm just going to flick these caps off. And when I've emptied it, I'm just going to undo these four. And then that should allow, well, that will allow the radiator to fall forward, so I don't have to drill these fixing holes or change the whole bracket. So shut them two off now. Check they're off by opening the air vent. So yeah, there's no pressure left in that now, so I'll remove this vent. Wrap the towel around the bar, because I'm going to push my hose pipe down to the bottom here and siphon the water out. You could use a wet vac to sort this part, but I'm not going getting it. Stop running now, I can pull this out. Thankfully I PTFE'd them. And I'll be PTFEing these again, not liquid PTFE. Best put new cap and vent in. So as you can see, you had an absolute disaster with that towel rail. It obviously hadn't emptied. I thought, yeah, the hose had started running. I assumed it was emptied. Just whipped off the connections, flooded the customer's bathroom. Thankfully, it was tiled. Although my towel got absolutely soaked, and I've now seemed to have inherited a new one. This isn't the first time this has happened either. I'm sure it hasn't happened. I'm sure it's happened for you before as well. Let me know in the comments. As usual, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget, and consider subscribing. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and the next one, I'm sure it's going to be epic. Don't forget to tune in. Catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.